welcome back to the Jacked Up Bear Minecraft Let's Play series. I am getting right into it today. What did we do last episode? Oh, work on the wall and bitch about art. Yeah, we won't do that today. What do I want to talk about today? I'm pretty tired again, dude. We just had a non-stop, like, 2 weeks straight of craziness over here. So my energy has just been lacking again. Yeah. We don't really need those out. I don't like the way this looks, but we'll fix a lot of this as we go on. We're gonna add some new blocks. We got the little blue guy following me. I found him out there, if you remember, when I was flying back one time. I tried to hook him onto something, but for whatever reason they break their leads. I don't know where the other one is even. I don't even remember. I want to say he's oh my god, where was he? Did you guys see that fox curled up in the woods there? On the edge there? Look at him. I cannot remember where this other blue guy is for the life of me. I kind of thought he was up here, but I'm just like thinking about it now. I don't think he is. Huh. Anyways, let's go over here and work on the wall some more today. This is like the most mega project we've done so far, so it's just taking forever. But we're fixing that today by starting up yonder and setting up I was like, what am I? Why did I do that? One, two. Yeah, and then I'm just kind of want to build off of that. Maybe even go in one here. Come on, man. Yo! That's not when I pressed it. Yo! Alright, I did press it that time. Forgive me. What the hell was I just gonna say? Oh, I had to do a lot of work with a bunch of different people today for my regular old day job. I just think people are so interesting. Especially when you live in like a diverse community. It's just really I was having this conversation with a coworker earlier. We live in a pretty diverse community. I'm more than just like black and white, bro. I feel like when you say that, people are like, oh, black and white people? No, bro. I mean, like, more than that. There's a lot more than just that. So yeah, I don't know. I'll really dominate the race game, but I mean, props to you. Anyways, we were talking about living in a diverse community, the benefits of it, like when you share different cultures and like how it helps our kids and things like that. It's just great. It's just a great, like, when you have like-minded people thinking about the society we're living in and really just enjoying the benefits of it all. It's pretty nice. It's a really uniform, kind of well-rounded thing for humanity. I really appreciate it. Yeah. But we were just talking about that, and I just really can appreciate it all. I love when you like and it happens at like holiday parties, or maybe you've experienced this, so like the video if you experience this, or leave a comment about an experience that's similar. Um, like if you have people from different cultures in your workplace and there's like a holiday event that like normally they wouldn't participate or whatever in, and then they participate in and they like make a dish for it or they like bring some and they try to like introduce you to one of their traditions, and it's just like it's so goofy to you because it's not, you know, it's not your culture, so it's just it's new, it's not, you're not what you're used to, and it just seems goofy sometimes. And then you say something to them about what you're doing and they're like, yeah, then they think that's goofy, and then they kind of just both have a laugh like, oh, this is silly, you know. But it's the tradition, it's the culture, and it's just important to embrace that kind of stuff. And when you pick up traditions and when you pick up things from your culture and you start living in them and practicing them daily, especially if they're a pillar of your culture, you start to understand why it was so critical to your culture, because like genetically you're programmed to have some of those memories and understand that. But I think it's just a really nice thing, like hunting and fishing. I think everybody should hunt and fish, because whether or not you like it, if you're vegan or whatever, I have nothing against that. But your ancestors hunted and fished, and they also believed the plants were alive, and so they didn't treat them any different than the animals, and they didn't give more respect to one than the other. So it's just it's a new perspective. I teach about that a lot, actually, veganism and the philosophical implications of it. Not on the, you know, most people think, oh, I don't want to eat animals, I don't want to hurt animals. But you know plants are living. You know they can feel things. You know that they can communicate with each other. But you just don't acknowledge them in the same way. You don't respect them in the same way. And so you justify it by saying, well, because animals have feelings. But you don't really know that. You only think that because you have feelings and you're an animal. So, yeah. It's just something I like to talk about with people to help them understand like different cultural perspectives. Because I have had people question things about my culture as it relates to diet and sustenance overall in general, and it's just kind of silly when you come at somebody for something like that. And it's just like, man, like we made it here, we're existing still. So like if a culture is existing today, it's a culmination of, you know, millions and millions of years of evolution and life being on the planet. So it's not just something so silly. And until you start understanding the scope of those kind of things, then you can't really understand the scope of anything being different, I feel. Or how things change over time, I mean. Not just being different, but... And why certain things stick and certain things don't. That's a really, really important aspect of humanity. And some of you goofballs will say like, well, what about cultures that did all this and that and did all these bad... Yeah, it's good. I'm glad they did it so that we can all think it's wrong. Otherwise, you wouldn't think it's wrong until somebody did it. You know? Thank God you didn't have to live through it. You know? Holy shit. I just feel some... Excuse me. Good Lord. But yeah, that's something I think about once in a while. Not to brag, but I read books once in a while. I know some stuff. Cut that! Cut! Oh, sorry, not you. I was talking to the video. Go ahead. Jacked Up Dog going crazy, and I accidentally said her name, so that's why I'm just reaffirming with her that she's okay. She's not in trouble. I yelled a little bit to say cut. It's just maybe even scared Jacked Up Wife. Sorry, Jacked Up Wife. But yeah, whenever I say somebody's name, I try to up the volume on my voice and just say cut so that I see the spike in audio on the recording, and just remember to remove that. Just, you know, it's just a little practice. And maybe you want to implement that practice in your videos. You sounded like George W. Bush. We've been watching a lot of Futurama. I don't know what inspired it. I think we watched like a TikTok or a short of Futurama, and then it just kind of blew up from there. Like we just put it on the TV. What a dumb, hilariously stupid, classic TV show. Just the dumbest comedy. It really reminds me of the early 2000s. Like it really brings out some nostalgia from those times. Like the Y2K episode is the start, and it's like he, you know, and he's just a lonely guy. Don't even focus on none of that other stuff. Like, you know, he just goes straight to the future. There's no like even context of the future might not exist because of all this. Yeah, it's just weird. It's interesting. Futurama. The song at the beginning is really good too. I always enjoyed that as a youngster. I don't even know what they're saying. And I didn't realize in the first episode that the creator's head is on, it's in the museum. It's like, it's actually, I think it's one of the last shots of the episode. Or one of the last scenes, at least. I think. I don't really remember right now. Or maybe it's just when I fell asleep. Yeah, we are those kind of people that have TVs on here. I can't wait for some health nut to come on here sometime and just listen to some of the stuff I have to say. Be like, yo, shouldn't be doing that. Well, brother, I do not give a fuck about your opinion. And I'm going to keep living my life exactly how I want to. Because that's the kind of person I am. I gotta come up with some like different topics to talk on. I feel like the episodes where we do a lot of yapping do alright. I have noticed too that the episodes where we don't talk all do really good. So maybe going alternate of like having an episode where I don't talk much, and then another episode where it's like it's a theme, you know, like today we're gonna talk about X, you know, whatever. Which I'm like a resourceful guy, so if you have questions as a man, I can answer some of those things, but not like the man's. Well, I am a man's man, but it's kind of sounding gay. I guess gay people either. Shout out to the gays. The two-spirited individuals out there. I see you. I support you. Yeah. Anybody safe in my community, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like advice about just living as a man in society today. Advice about finances. I'm not a financial advisor. Let me be very clear about that. I am not a financial advisor. Did you catch that? Any lawyer watching? I am not a financial advisor. There's your warning. Nothing I say is financial advice. You should not consider this a solicitation for services. Just there's my disclaimer. But yeah, I do know a little bit about finances. One of my jobs is related to finance, to economics. It's in its large scale. It's not just like down to I run businesses. So, and that's the best way I'll describe it without getting into too many details. Jacked Up Dog is going crazy. Oh shoot, I was trying to check the time. But yeah, I ran out of stuff. Maybe we should just go get some more and go to sleep, actually, get rid of the mobs. But yeah, one of my jobs is financial related. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do advise a very large budget. Or advise on a very large budget, I should say. Maybe say, well, how large? Many tens of millions, for sure. So, I have some understanding. I have a 401k. I have some investments. I have some different things set up for myself and for my little auntie. Cut! Cut it! Cut! Alright, I'm back. I did say something that I shouldn't say there, but I was talking about investments and things. Yeah, I do have a lot of that stuff all set up for myself, and I have it set up for Jacked Up Daughter. Moving into the future. That's really who it's all been for. So, my parents set me up really well in life, and I want to do the same for her. So yeah, and I see it. We were just talking about this, me and Jack's wife, but I have some friends who didn't necessarily get the same advantages as me, and it just shows because it like certain advantages put you so far ahead of the group, the group of people, your age class, your demographic, whatever it is. You know, they can really put you ahead of the group, and then when you still are invested in your community and the people around you that maybe didn't have those, it's good to turn around and try and reciprocate some of them. I don't even know what started this conversation. I'm like everywhere today. I'm so tired, but yeah, I just try to do what I can because I know I was privileged. But that's a good thing to know. My first ever laptop This is the best way to explain it to you. My first ever laptop was an Alienware because I wanted to play games on a laptop. That's what I told my parents, basically. Well, I wanted a computer, but I didn't want a desktop. I didn't want to. I'm like ADHD AF, so at least I used to not really like to sit still and be in place, and I didn't like all that, and I didn't like the bulkiness of all of it. But I know I was a kid, so I didn't really understand the difference and the capabilities of each. So now that I have this computer, I'll never go back. I'm sorry. I locked in with this thing, man. Except for I'm getting low frames. What's that about? I was just getting 120, 142. Is it the rain? Get rid of that rain. Chops the frames in half. Holy. Rain, go away. Thank you. Dog Sanctuary. You guys didn't even, nobody watched that episode. It's like 4 views on it right now. Guys, go watch Dog Sanctuary. You losers. So yeah, we worked on the wall. It's starting to look pretty good up there. I really like how it's looking over here. It's kind of got the aesthetic I was going for. Like, it'll make sense. It'll make more sense here soon because this is gonna have a point on it. This section right here, or at least this corner is for sure. Like it's gonna go up above this platform here. Yeah. I'm still gonna do the Elytra course that old Cypher suggested for sure, but yeah. This is where the little guy was tied out to, but it just didn't work, so I just don't, I'm going to leave it in here. I don't even know where he is now. Jacked up dog, you're going too crazy, man. You're going too crazy now. You need to stop it. Hey, no more, okay? I don't like when you sit right behind me and do it. That freaks me out a little bit. Okay, thank you, baby. I think I upset her. Oh well, there's only so much you can handle. But yeah, wall's starting to look good. I'm thinking this isn't gonna work, but I have some solutions for it. And actually, maybe it will work. There's a path to it. It's just not gonna look similar to the. And I have some ideas about how to separate it. Like maybe we should have this separation here, where like this is a pillar shooting that way, and then there's a pillar shooting up here, and those pillars have like you kind of know what I mean. I don't know. It's gonna take so many episodes to develop this. I would not expect the temple to be done. Maybe in the next 25 to 30 episodes. That's what I would expect. Because I mean, like we're talking like this took 25 episodes. This took like 5 episodes. This is pretty simple though. I mean I didn't record that. Like what I did to Spawn Island, I did not record most of it. This took me like we had a weekend where we had like an extra long weekend because of snow and a storm, and like I basically spent like 8 hours 2 separate days, so like 16 hours in total doing a bunch of stuff here. I didn't even leave the island once. I remember that. Yeah. I want to do some snowmen here soon, though. That's a good idea. So maybe in the next episode. I think I'm going to end the episode here. I feel like we're making progress. We're just doing a little bit each day. I'm trying to stay active and not get burnt out. So that's why the episodes get a little bit shorter. I'm sure I'll pick up my motivation here soon again. It'll just take a few YouTube videos. I feel like I was watching Cypher's last his video. It's a cinematic trailer, world tour. It's really, really good. Really well done. I don't know what's up with his frames though. I want to talk to him about it. I think if you need to upgrade something in there, man, like let's set something up so I'll help you with that. We can just build it up over time, some money, and then we pay for it or whatever. But I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it, but I'd help you, man. You do really good, and if you had better equipment, you do a lot better. So Anyways, I'm Bear.